The way it was in '92 when Nigel Mansell clinched the Formula One World Championship with a record number of wins, pole positions and fastest laps. A remarkable feat, the culmination of a lifelong ambition. And naturally, the achievement was celebrated in style with the family at home on the Isle of Man. For 1993, a new challenge. Nigel and his famous Red 5 transferred to the USA. It's history now that the triumphs continued. Another year of success. But on reflection, how amazing that after 12 years in the higher echelons of motor racing, Nigel had never won a title. He'd come close often, but suddenly he'd won twice in succession, incredibly in different championships. Formula One and IndyCar titles back to back.
More people have got in touch, more people have sent congratulatory telegrams and faxes, and I think it's just excited a lot more people to the fact that it's just an incredible set of circumstances and doing it back to back.
The Formula One title proved elusive for Nigel in 1991. For the following season, he switched his base from the Isle of Man, where he and his family had been so happy, across the Atlantic to Clearwater, Florida, to a climate that made winter training less of a chore. The magnificent house that became home had everything for an aspiring and at times perspiring world champion. He worked on a fitness program that was designed to return him to Formula One leaner, fitter and stronger than ever before. It was as though he was preparing for a world title fight. And in a way he was, except that this one lasted 9 months and took place at 16 different venues worldwide. The hours of toil and physical punishment paid off. He weighed in the lightest of his career when the season began. But it wasn't all work. The chance to relax with Chloe, Leo and Greg was always taken. The overwhelming win at Silverstone, the 7th in 9 races, meant Nigel had won more Grand Prix than any other British driver. Another win and a second place later, the title was assured, all wrapped up by the middle of August. Mission accomplished, he went back all too briefly to the Isle of Man to a hero's welcome, only Britain's second world champion in 16 years. It had been a long road, but ultimately the sacrifices and hardships were worth it. But even though Nigel had achieved his goal, contract negotiations for 1993 weren't straightforward. That became apparent towards the end of the season. At Monza in September, Nigel, objecting to the way the matter was being handled, decided to leave Formula One. A decision that required much heart-searching and dismayed the many thousands of Mansell fans all over the world. His options were limited. Few racing teams had the talent and ambition to satisfy the reigning Formula One champion. But a notable exception emerged.
Thanks for coming here. Well, that's a good one, isn't it? I mean, obviously we signed for the Newman Haas team, and that's going to be an incredible new challenge. Can't really tell you much about the cars. I've never driven one, never sat in one.
Whatever it's going to be very exciting for everybody. I don't see any reason why Nigel can't do that. I think he's going to catch on quicker than everybody thinks.